If your life turned into a legal nightmare, you're living Stephen Avery's story. Imagine waking up one day to find your world turned upside down, your freedom stripped away, and your name tarnished forever. This is not just a story of crime and punishment. It's a tale of resilience, hope, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Stephen Avery spent 18 years behind bars for a crime he didn't commit. 18 long years of lost time, missed opportunities, and a life put on hold. The crime? A brutal assault that he had no part in, yet the evidence, or lack thereof, pointed fingers at him, leading to his wrongful conviction. DNA evidence finally set him free, and he thought justice was served. The breakthrough came when advanced DNA testing, which wasn't available during his initial trial, proved his innocence. It was a moment of triumph, a beacon of hope that the truth would prevail, but little did he know his ordeal was far from over. But just 2 years later, he was arrested again, this time for the murder of Teresa Halbach. The shockwaves of this new accusation rippled through the community. How could a man who had just been exonerated be implicated in another heinous crime? The timing was suspicious, and many began to question the motives behind his arrest. Avery's story became the center of the hit documentary series, Making a Murderer. This series didn't just recount events, it delved deep into the intricacies of the case, exposing flaws and raising questions about the integrity of the investigation. It was a gripping narrative that captivated audiences worldwide. This series peeled back the layers of the case, revealing a legal system riddled with corruption and bias. It showcased how evidence could be manipulated, how testimonies could be coerced, and how the scales of justice could be tipped by those in power. It was a stark reminder that the quest for justice is often fraught with obstacles. Avery's plight captivated millions, with viewers questioning the fairness of the justice system. Social media buzzed with debates, forums were flooded with discussions, and public protests erupted, demanding a closer look at the case. People from all walks of life were united in their quest for truth. Was he truly guilty, or was he a victim of a vendetta? The evidence presented was murky and the testimonies were conflicting. Some believed in his innocence, while others were convinced of his guilt. The courtroom became a battleground of ideologies, with each side presenting compelling arguments. The evidence was murky, the testimonies conflicting, and the stakes incredibly high. Every piece of evidence was scrutinized, every witness was cross-examined, and every detail was dissected. The tension was palpable, and the outcome was uncertain. It was a high-stakes legal battle that kept everyone on the edge of their seats. The documentary didn't just tell Avery's story, it sparked debates about legal reforms and wrongful convictions. It highlighted the flaws in the system and the need for change. It brought to light the stories of others who had been wrongfully convicted, urging society to take a stand and demand justice for all. It made us wonder how many other Averys are out there, how many innocent people are languishing behind bars, their voices unheard, their stories untold. The documentary was a call to action, a plea for a more just and equitable legal system. Even now, Stephen Avery continues to fight for his freedom, with his family and legal team standing by his side. They are unwavering in their support, tirelessly working to uncover new evidence and challenge the verdict. It's a battle that requires immense strength, resilience, and hope. His story is a stark reminder that justice isn't always black and white. It's a complex web of truth and lies, of right and wrong, of innocence and guilt. And sometimes the lines between them are blurred. Sometimes it's a murky shade of grey. The pursuit of justice is not always clear-cut, and the path to truth is often winding and treacherous, but it's a journey that must be undertaken no matter how difficult. So what do you think? Is Stephen Avery a cold-blooded murderer or an innocent man caught in a web of legal misfortune? The answer is not simple, and the debate continues. Each new piece of evidence, each new testimony adds another layer to this complex puzzle. One thing's for sure, his fight for justice is far from over. The legal battles continue, the investigations persist, and the quest for truth remains. It's a story that has captured the world's attention and will continue to do so. Stay tuned for more gripping tales from the true crime world. These stories are not just about crime, they are about the human spirit, the quest for justice, and the fight for truth. They remind us of the fragility of freedom and the importance of standing up for what is right. Like, comment, and subscribe for your next fix of real-life drama. Join us as we continue to explore the depths of the human experience, one story at a time. Your engagement helps us bring these important stories to light.